What's up, guys? We're back, the Forbidden Files, and this is a video that I contemplated doing just right as the ban list happened, reaction to it, my initial thoughts and everything. And then I got lazy and also tired, but I wanted to also let it kind of settle, let the ban list settle, and kind of see what the overall idea is, buyouts of this and that, because this ban list did quite a bit. And I think it's one of the better ban lists we've got. And it seems that Konami very much is doing two things here. They are clearly pushing new decks and new product, because now that Malice and Rizal got their hits, I agree with the Rizal one. I don't agree with the Malice one too much, although Rizal is still a pretty good deck. It just, it's crazy now that we've gotten to a point where Detonator feels kind of slow. You know what I mean? Like the target pop, target pop, target pop. How much removal there is for Detonator. I mean, people have been staring down Detonators for months and have come up with all kinds of solutions for it, but Yummy also kind of cooks them too. Book of Mooning, popping, banishing, all that stuff. So it's kind of hard to keep up with the now decks when they can just also play on your turn, spin back your Detonator. I mean, it's crazy. But as far as my thoughts as the bans, I agree with all of them. Well, except Splash Mage. I feel like Splash Mage, Malice definitely got hit on the chopping block, I feel like a little bit too much, because they don't have Gold Sark to 2 or 3 copies. They just have the 1 copy. And also too, Malice was already kind of struggling to keep the gas going, but that's them also pushing out that deck, hey, play this new shiny stuff because we need to release more product. So I get that. Malice, I think, is still a great deck if you can get it going, but considering the fact that you can't link Book of Moon monsters, kind of sucks. But Paradise Smasher as well. I mean, Vanquish Soul really, Malice got on the chopping block, but I feel like Vanquish Soul got fucking executed between Stake Your Soul and Razin. Paradise Smasher, it's okay, people weren't really doing that as much. I saw it at a few locals and regionals here and there, but it's kind of like a win more. You didn't really need to do that, whereas if you would have just kept the rest of the bodies or done other Xyz plays, you could have gotten more value other than just floodgating your opponent, because the decks now can also just set up or play on your turn anyways, so it's what did it even matter? And then King of the Feral Imps, I think was obviously great. People still find bridges for the Mitsurugi stuff, or if not, people are just playing Mitsurugi. Prayers are still at 3. Rituals at, everything as far as I know with Mitsurugi is unlimited. Why? But, Mitsurugi also kind of struggles to keep up with this current meta, and it's a good splashable engine. I have a few buddies on the team that are trying the Yummy Mitsurugi, and it seems to be working out well, because you don't play Obedient School because it's at 1 now, but if you play the pure, you do. It's also a good way to start, or something to thrust into maybe. You don't need Obedient School now. You can just play Mitsurugi and Yummy side by side, and that way you have just more interactions. It's the same concept why I play Yummy Fiendsmith, which is not dead, but it's not as easy to go into, but still kind of easy to go into. So instead of making Moon, you make this freaking dinosaur, and because they're all lights, you just, whatever's underneath it, make it a fiend, and it's now a light fiend. Then you just go Requiem, and you got Surprise and your Synchros and everything else, so your Yummy engine is just fully available. And then you got your Fiendsmith, which also didn't get hit. And the stonks for Fiendsmith are crazy now. I know Tract is fucking $30 card or something crazy, but thank God for all the reprints in the tins. There were some much needed reprints. White Forest stuff is cheap. Exodia stuff is cheap. There's Good rarity upgrades too for prismatic secrets and stuff. Bestials are now cheap, thank God. Cashiers didn't get reprinted, which is weird. I mean, they got their Megatons like 2 years ago print as prismatics, but they could have gotten like another Ultra, or like it would have been crazy if they put them as like fucking supers or something. But or Starlight, just give them a fucking Starlight or something. I don't know. I digress. More on the ban list. Nothing really is like crazy. Brand new Fusion to Tube. Fucking who cares? But Glow Up Bulb coming to Unlimited is definitely gonna be one of those cards where it's gonna slowly cook its way in. People are gonna, like, now is the time people are experimenting, especially that Doom of Dimensions is now out. This was sneak peek weekend, which, by the way, no, we didn't win, but we did win the raffle, and I had the mat, but I gave it to one of our teammates because he's a really big fan of the DDD deck, and he just really wanted the mat, so, you know. But we've won the last 3 sneak peeks, either one or a raffle. We've gotten product, so that's gotta count for something, right? But off topic. Yeah, so Glow Up Bulb just is gonna slowly cook. The Snake Eye stuff coming to Unlimited, I know that people are experimenting with Yummy Snake Eye. It's not the best version. It's definitely something you can just take to locals and have fun with and fuck around with. There is synergy because, well, I'm not gonna say it here, it'd take forever, but there is synergy. Like, normal summon Snake Eye Ash and no interruptions is full Yummy combo now. If you would have told me that Snake Eye during its peak would also bridge into the best deck a 2 years, year and change, 2 years I think, into the future, I would think you're fucking crazy, but it's happening. The only thing is that OSS is still banned, so it's not as crazy, but it's definitely still kind of crazy because you still get your Flamberge and your SP and all your other stuff. But yeah, so the Snake Eye stuff is definitely worth mentioning. What I also wanted to talk about is just, so that's enough of the ban list talk, right? There's nothing really crazy going on right now. You know, just shit that we kind of expected would be leaving. The best deck in the room got slapped on the wrist, Obedience, and all that stuff. But now that Dooms is out, you know, Yummy getting Marshmallow, I think people are overhyping Marshmallow or Marshmallow or whatever the name is, the squishy guy. It's definitely a great card, but I think some people are fucking stupid and realize that if you want to recur the field spell, you have to, it has to be special off the Synchro Summon. Yeah, we ran into that this weekend, and it was kind of funny because people don't fucking read cards. But, you know, I digress. I am still playing Yummy, but this weekend we also picked up something interesting, which we are in the lab chef cooking with right now, which is, Radiant. Ba-ba-da-ba. There you go. Sorry, I got like, I'm recording during the day finally, and there's like some nice natural sunlight, so I'm just using that. But yeah, we're trying Radiant out because it's the Mystical Space Typhoon, or it's like Magnificestorming in the OCG, but we got it as Radiant Typhoon. Yeah, whatever. But it's nothing crazy. It's funny, it's cool, definitely. It's very much like a control deck, so I'm mixing it. I'm playing different versions. There's the Runic version because the main deck monsters benefit off of any quick play spell going on, whether it be yours, your opponent's. They get extra effects when more quick plays go off, and it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy, but there's the Runic variant, and then there's the Fiendsmith variant, because even though Moon got banned, this guy exists. It is a level 3 Xyz, which is a light fiend, and you just go Requiem. Because really, the monsters that you Xyz summon into, you don't need. Like, they help you set up, and then you just go full Fiendsmith combo. Now, what that looks like of ending on a Gum Day or Rex or, Caesar, whatever. Now that Lacrima's back, I just want to talk about that real quick because I did forget that. Lacrima coming back, I don't think matters because the time rules have changed. We might see more time cards coming back now that rules have changed. So just kind of be wary of, theorizing what might come on the next list, because this is the first list where they're kind of giving us some breathing room, like, hey, we're giving you a little bit of the Fiendsmith stuff back. Cool, it doesn't do anything. I still argue Necroquip might be better, easier to make summon, but whatever, play whatever. But we're playing the Fiendsmith package because we have the Fiendsmith package. But we do also have the Runic cards to try the Runic variant for Radiant Typhoon. It's a really fun deck, don't get me wrong. I mean, playtesting against meta, you can, pop the back row Draco Tail, and, they got to target stuff anyways. So you can just start popping, and because you activated a quick play spell on the resolution, all your monsters then start popping off. So it's kind of crazy, but there's the Fiendsmith variant, there's the pure variant, which you just kind of play hand traps and like super poly, and because you have all this room, you can just do all the extra deck is very much open because it's just main deck. Is it going to get future support? I have no idea, because this is kind of legacy support for Mystical Space Typhoon. But it would be nice to see if they come out and they come out in the set with the new rocket support, the Striker, Dragon, Boral, and whatever that we're getting in January. The next core set, if we see a quick play or 2 quick plays, just a little bit more, because it's really good. It's not great, and it just needs a little bit more, just a little bit more. Is it consistent? Absolutely, because you have 3 quick play Rotas, you have a draw 2, all the monsters search Mystical Space Typhoon. You can play on your opponent's turn if they go Yummy Surprise or whatever quick play, and you have the right monsters in hand, you can start fucking summoning on your opponent's turn, and that's how you kind of set up. The deck doesn't go too well into boards. You probably play the Yummies and Nib and stuff like that, to make sure that you can, like I said, it's a control deck. You're not gonna OTK, it's not a combo deck. It's just like Metal Morph and the Flame Swordsman decks that I've done that you guys haven't seen yet. It's very much just simple, set up something funny. It's real funny when you keep Yummy off their field spell and they go battle phase and you're just constantly Mystical Space Typhoon. It's crazy that Mystical Space Typhoon is a pop, but also a negate as well. And it doesn't need to negate the thing it's popping. So if there's a monster you need to negate for future reference, or down the road, or you want it negated for that turn, you can do so. So it's pretty cool. And you can also Mystical Space Typhoon pop your own stuff to negate a monster, because then on the follow-up stuff will start popping off and your monsters start summoning and you recur Mystical Space Typhoon back. And we're very much in the lab with it. It's a really fun deck. If you guys don't know what it does, I definitely recommend reading some cards, because you're gonna have some guy pop up at locals and just if you're playing Yummy, he'll keep you off the field spell, right? Especially the Runic variant. The Runic variant is toxic because you are playing all quick play spells, so your monsters are constantly going off, but then you also get the effect of the Runics to, negate pop or, destroy or this, but they're also banishing. So it's taking the control factor and fucking cranking it up, which it's okay. The Runic cards aren't crazy, especially with how quick stuff is now. But the Runic Fountain, allows you to recur and draw into more Magnificestorming cards, Radiant Typhoon cards, and recycling. So you basically just, the point isn't to deck out your opponent. It's very much just the Runic cards like give it a little boost. And the main deck monsters and Mystical Space Typhoon and the quick plays are doing most of the heavy lifting. The Runic is just there kind of like, you know, if you're playing against Mitsurugi and you banish the ritual, right, as they were about to search it, then it's like, well, shit. But I just wanted to make this quick video, just an update, how this weekend went, what we picked up. We didn't get any marshmallows because I don't think it's that important. Because playing Yummy this weekend against the decks that had 3 marshmallows, it was no different. Winning games, it's just who's the better player, who has the better hand, who has the better deck building skills, better tech choices. That's what it comes down to. Like, I will always preach this, and you guys will hear me say this over and over again. It doesn't matter what deck you play, it just matters how dedicated you are to making something work. Because like the Radiant Typhoon cards, I guarantee you, I'm gonna be taking it to locals, right? We picked up most of the stuff. We got the Runic cards, we got the Fiendsmith cards. There's some more cards on the pure version that are kind of sneaky. And of course, lots of play testing too. You can make it work and build for what you're gonna see. Because if I go to a regional with that, what am I gonna see? Yummy and Yummy and Yummy and Draco Tail and Draco Tail and Yummy. So I know what to build them for. They don't really necessarily know how to stop me. The one anti-spell that I play quick plays anyway, so if you go draw phase, fucking anti-spell fragrance, I play 3 Mystical Space Typhoon. Odds are it's gonna be popped anyways, and then my monsters are gonna go off. So yeah, I don't want to make this too long of a video. I definitely just wanted to give some feedback on how this weekend went. It was a lot of fun. Definitely sneak peeks are always fun. If you guys don't go to them, they're great. People open up boxes and get new product and trading and selling and you know, winning and raffle and hanging out with the friends. It's always a good time. Always go to your locals, support the locals, support the homies, the guys, the gals, the non-binary pals and everything in between. But yeah, oh, another thing I wanted to mention though, before everything kind of gets a little too crazy, stonks wise, pick up your Dragon Link stuff just in case. The support looks crazy. And it being a core set, you never know what is gonna be broken. So get the Rocket stuff now, get the Dragon Link stuff now, get your Lubellions if you can get them cheap. Because like I said, I don't know how this is all gonna turn out, but yeah guys, how did your weekend go? Did you guys go to Sneak? Did you not go to Sneak? What did y'all play? Did y'all pick up anything? Yeah, are you guys playing the, what is it? The Archmage Doom Z, kind of like Bridges? I don't know what that deck does. I gotta do more reading into that. I know it's crazy because playtesting it online, they had a boss monster that I couldn't fucking do anything with, and it got to like 5K, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know how to deal with this. So there's always a bit of fun in the decks that just aren't meta, like the little spice, the little enjoyment, you know? But anyways, guys, this video is like almost 20 minutes long. I will let you guys go, and I will see y'all in the next video. Hopefully, it'll be Locals Radiant Typhoon. Hopefully. Peace.